Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I got it right here. We're going to talk about abortion, then we're going to go on. I got the cancer thing as well. So we're gonna show you, like what I was saying on the other video. If you watch my other video, okay, listen to this. Now, tax-funded abortion as population control. No surprise then that the next limit was abortion, and this now back in 1969, 4 years before ROE versus WADE. He said abortion will no longer be a crime. Abortion will be accepted as normal and would be paid for by taxes for people who could not pay for their own abortions. Then it goes on. Would be made available by tax money so that nobody would have to do without. If schools sex programs would lead to more pregnancies in children, that was really seen as no problem. Parents who think they are to abortion on normal or religious grounds will change their minds when it is their own child who is pregnant. So this will help overcome to abortion before long. Only a few die. Hands will still refuse to see abortions as acceptable, and they won't matter anymore. There's no end to this, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to this about cancer. Okay, supporting cancer cures as a means of population control. Cancer, he said, we can cure almost every cancer right now. Information is on file in the Rockefeller Institute. If it is ever decided that it should be released, but consider if people stop dying of cancer, how rapidly we would become overpopulated. You may as well die of cancer as of something else. Effects of cancer treatment would be treated more toward comfort than toward cure. There was some statement that ultimately the cancer cure, which was being hidden in the Rockefeller Institute, would come to light because independent researchers might bring them out these effects to support them, but at least for the time being, letting people die of cancer was a good thing to do because it would slow down the problem of overpopulation. Then there's another thing about heart attacks as a form of assassination. These people have machines that can kill people. Like it's crazy. They can make you have a heart attack, and well, I don't know how to. This word is inducinc. No, inducing. Heart attack as a form of assassination. So I want to read you about the surveillance. It's incredible. Okay, surveillance, implants, and televisions that watch you. So the next step would be the single card, and then the next step would be to replace the single card with a skin implant. The single card could be lost or stolen, giving rise to problems, could be exchanged with somebody else's to somebody else's confuse identity. The skin implant, on the other hand, could not be lost or counterfeited or transfigurated or something to another person. Transferable to another person. So you and your accounts would be identified without any possibility of error. And the skin implants would have to be put someplace that would be coming to the skin. For example, your right hand. Isn't that amazing what the Bible says? The right hand. The right hand or your forehead. At that time, when I heard this, I was unfamiliar with the statement in the book of Revelation. The speaker went on to say, "Now, some of you people who read the Bible will attach significance to this, to the Bible," but he went on to disclaim any biblical significance at all. This is just common sense of how the system could work and should work, and there's no need to read any biblical principles into it. As I say, at that time I was not very familiar with the words of Revelation. And it goes on. Shortly after, I became familiar with it, and the significance of what he said really was striking. I never forget it. There was some also of implants that would lead themselves to surveillance by providing radio signals. This could be under the skin or imagine a digital implant put in like a filling, so that either figures or possibilities other citizens could be identified by a certain frequency from his personal transmitter. This is literally amazing, ladies and gentlemen. Transmitter, and could be located at any time or any place by any authority who wanted to find him. This would be very useful for somebody who broke out of prison. There was more discussion of personal surveillance. One more thing was said. You'll be watching television and somebody will be watching you at the same time. At a certain monitoring station, television sets would have a device to impel this. The TV set would not have to be on in order for this to be abrupted. Also, the television set can be used to monitor what you're watching. People can tell what you're watching on TV and how you're reacting to what you're watching. And you would not know that you were being watched. While you were watching your TV, how would we get people to accept these things into their homes? Well, people won't buy them when they... Well, people would buy them when they buy their own TV. They won't know that they're on there at first. This was described by being what we now know as Capital TV to replace the interim TV. When you buy a TV set, this monitor would just be part of the set, and most people would not even have enough knowledge to know it was there in the beginning. And then the Capital World would be the means of carrying the surveillance message to the monitor. By the time people found out that this monitoring was going on, they would also be very dependent upon television for a number of things, just the way people are dependent upon the telephone today. One thing the television would be used for would be publishing. You would have to leave your home to publish. You just turn on your TV and there would be a way of interacting with your television channel to store that you wanted to publish, and you could flip the switch from place to place to choose a refunder of clothing. This would be both, but it would also make you dependent on your... I don't know where the other place, but this is already happening today, ladies and gentlemen, okay? They have already, this is going on right now. So, it's amazing. You see the right hand. Revelation chapter 13 verse 16 says, "And he causes all, small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on the right hand or on the forehead. And except one who has the mark, he will not be able to buy or sell except he who has the mark." And it goes on. Like you can hear it in my other videos. He causes all, small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on the right hand or on the forehead, and no one who has the mark cannot buy or sell. And that's exactly total surveillance, total control. Now I want to go into new identifications, dangers, and what is this? Under the next heading topic is health. I think we already read this. Yeah, supporting cancer. Supporting cancer cures. See, David Rockefeller, his family. I don't even want to get into this, ladies and gentlemen. It's just sick. It's just literally sick. Okay. The next thing we're going to get into is we got into the implants, surveillance implants. See, just to stop and think that this is just so unreal. Just to stop and think that this stuff is actually happening. And the arrival of the totalitarian system, like food control. We'll get into food control. Okay, we'll get into food control. Oh man, travel restrainings, food control, financial control. We read that, right? Yeah, we read that. About the One World Bank. You see, that's what they're talking about now. We need a World Bank for the world. Even the Pope was calling for a World Bank back in 2011. This was all planned out, and they're all controlled by the Illuminati. The Pope, the Catholic Church is all controlled by the Illuminati, people. Wake up, man. This is what's going on. This is the truth, man. Electronic. Come on, man. Electronic, so they can trace you. Because each time you use a credit card, debit card, you're leaving an electronic breadcrumb trail. They know everything. They know where you bought it. They know what you bought. They know at what time you bought it. They know how much you spent. They know every single detail. That's why they want to go into a cashless society, total control. Like the Rothschild said, I don't care who changes the laws. All that matters is I control the currency. Because if I control the currency, I control the money. If I control the money, I control the food. If I control the food, I control the people. Like I said, and I'll say it again, absolute power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. This is all it's about. Now we're going to go into food control, ladies and gentlemen. You're not going to be able to grow your own food. You're not going to be able to have your own gardens, nothing. You're going to go to jail if you do, man. This is total control. Like what the Bible says, and authority was given him over every tribe, tongue, people, and nation. And then in Daniel chapter 7 where it says, and he shall devour the whole world, trample it and break it in pieces. And Daniel chapter 7 also, he shall intend to change times and laws. They're changing the laws, ladies and gentlemen. This is literally amazing. This was all planned in 1969. And yet, even way before that, God told us that this would happen, and it's all unfolding precisely as his word said it would be. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just amazed right now. I just wanted to let you guys know, I believe that you guys should be aware of this. You guys should be aware of this. But I want to get into this too, the arrival of the totalitarian global system. I'm losing my mind, ladies and gentlemen. I am literally losing my mind. Just to stop and think, you'd think it's like I'm in a nightmare and I can't wake up out of it. Just to stop and think. Every day we wake up. It's just think that this is actually going on. It's just surreal. Just to stop and think that this is actually happening. You'd think that these people are like aliens that came down from another planet to take over. And yet it's happening. I got the documents. There's so much stuff. So much stuff, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a conspiracy. This is an agenda. This is reality. Everything that they said they were going to do, they've done it, ladies and gentlemen. They have done it. The surveillance cameras all over the place. So, ladies and gentlemen, but it's not going to be, like you said, a digital chip. That was back then. It's probably going to be a laser mark, a biometric mark, electronic tattoo mark with surveillance that you're connected to a database. Like the Bible says, it's going to be a mark. It's not going to be a microchip. And by the way, the FBI is already working on a tattoo database. It's amazing. Everything is being fulfilled as it is written. No, but I want to get into this food. Look, food control. Let me see if you can see it. Right there on the top there. Where is it? We'll go up. It's upside down, but you can see that. Financial. No, that's weather control right here. Let me see if I put my finger on it. My finger's right on it. Food, F-O-O-D, food control. So, I'm going to be reading this. This is coming up next, ladies and gentlemen. The New World Order is taking over. So let's be ready to meet the Lord, because Jesus is coming very soon, because they still have to go into dictatorship, and this is all I got to say. Stay tuned. There's more coming.